I think we're live. Let me see here. Make sure this is working. Is it working? Are we live? We are live. Here we go. This is the. Let me turn this around here. Kind of get my chat going. Let me see if I can get it going. There we go. Okay. Woo! We're cooking with fire now. Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, I thought we were. Okay, now we are again. Okay, now that I'm settled, I got everything rolling. This is the, we're going to finish up the resort build today, the Micro-Tel Luxury Resort here in Tomarang. This is not that resort that we're looking at here on my screen. This is something else. Now I'm going to try real quick. Let me see here. I'm going to try once again placing chat so that it shows up here on my main screen, right? So that I can more easily follow it if we start chatting today, instead of having to look down and kind of check out the smaller screen. So I'm going to just test it here. We'll see if it works. It didn't work yesterday. It worked like a couple of days ago. So like it halfway works, but not very well. Let's see here. I'm going to just put a little message there. Hi and welcome. We'll see if it pops up on my screen. I don't think it's going to. Oh, it did. Woohoo, it did. Okay. Now I really feel like we're getting somewhere. Okay, so that's working. Chat is working and the game's working. Now, the first thing we're going to do is just a really quick tour. I said I was going to do this during the last stream. I ended up cutting that stream not really short, but I ended it kind of abruptly because I ran way over time. I lost track of time, ran over time, had to stop to go do something. I was kind of late, but so we didn't get to this tour. This is just a simple condominium here for Tomarang. This is up on my gallery already. This is a base game and for rent assets only build. So you only need the base game and then this newest pack. Everything else, there's nothing else used in it. You can kind of see here, it's pretty simple. It is set up primarily as 3 2-bedroom units. Take a look this way. I mean, I think they turned out pretty well for only using base game and the new pack assets. Turned out pretty well. I like this one. This one's set up for kids. So if you've got a kid and a toddler, you know, it's kind of a family unit. This is going to be really quick. Like I said, I'm not planning on doing a real in-depth tour here. It's got a pool, obviously, place to lay out. Down below, I did put in kind of just a small gym type of mock-up. I didn't do much with the gym. It's there. It exists. Out here, again, I did create sort of a parking area underneath kind of the building, right? So you have covered parking and a place to put your scooter. We don't have scooters in-game. We don't have motor scooters. But if we had motor scooters, there'd be a place to put your motor scooter. And there is a place here to put your bicycles. And then each of these spaces is technically a storage space that is assigned to each apartment. I don't really know what you could do with them. Maybe you could put a bathroom in there. Maybe you could literally store things for your Sims in there. I don't know. But in order to keep it kind of more realistic as an apartment, a lot of condominiums in the parking area underground or off to the side, sometimes they'll have a sort of storage space for your apartment that you can use to store things in. So I kind of went with that idea. That's it. Again, this is on my gallery. Jason Sterling RMC is my gallery name as well, my gallery ID. And it's just a simple, it's very small. It's only a 20 by 20 lot. So it fits pretty much just everywhere, right? I mean, it goes just almost everywhere. So that is that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump back over to our resort. I don't even know how I got started on this resort. I have to admit, I didn't set out to build a resort with this particular build. I set out just to kind of, I was just kind of tinkering around terrain tools a little bit. I was kind of playing around with stuff I could do. It wasn't to build anything. It was just for fun, just to kind of kill time. And the next thing I knew, I'm kind of looking at this structure starting to develop, thinking, I think I'm kind of building something here. So I went ahead and kind of kicked in a stream, and this is where we stand now. This is the Micro-Tel, again, because it's small. The lots here in Tomarang are pretty much small. Most of them are small. It's pretty much small lots. But we've got 4 units here. We've got 4 condo units. Each of them I've already set as a condominium unit and decorated. We're going to change a little bit of the decor coming up. Right now, this one, of course, is set as a unit for a family. We've got, again, kids' bed and toddler bed down here in the bedroom. This is more how the other units will be, is just a bedroom with bunk beds in it, because a lot of, this is like a timeshare almost type of vacation resort, the sort of place where this isn't your primary home. This is a secondary home. It's a vacation home. And a lot of those, if you've ever seen them on Airbnb, or if you know someone, I know a few people that do have vacation homes like this. I don't, but I know a few people that do. And a lot of times, you have like this really nice master bedroom, real private. And then you've got like the room with like 8 beds in it, right? And I didn't put 8 here. I only put 4. In reality, there'd probably be 6. They'd probably cram 2 more bunk beds right here. So as you could put 6 people in here to sleep, and that'd probably pull out, and there'd be 2 more out here. So that's what that's kind of reflecting. Now, what we're going to start on right off the bat here, I've been working on some landscaping over here. This is where we ended the other day, was working on this landscaping. I put that wooden floor there in order to flatten out the terrain so that it's easier to place some of this, grass, some of our landscaping. Let me see here. I'm going to try to, normally it works really well. Here we go. We pull like this. And then, when you take the flooring out, it looks more like the grass is kind of growing out of the hill instead of just on this side. You can see it's just laying on top of the hill, right? Doesn't look natural at all here. This looks a lot more natural. So that's what that's for, if you're wondering. And we are going to come back to that here in a little bit, where we will look at, what I really want to do is put some bamboo there. And the thing I don't like about using the bamboo in game is that it's listed in landscaping, of course, as a tree. And if you play The Sims, you know that when you go into live or live mode, what happens to the trees? They pretty much disappear. So I have another idea, though. I had this sort of idea pop into my head because we do have a new item from Growing Together. In fact, let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. I'll show you what I mean here. We have a new item from Growing Together. Let me find it here. That basically has bamboo trees in it, right? And I'm thinking, I'm going to try this out later for sure, after I get done with what I want to do first. Maybe if we make it kind of bigger, like that, maybe even this big, right? How big can we make it? Because this won't disappear. And then, let's go ahead and test it a little bit real quick. I don't want to do this whole area first, but I guess we can. So then if we bring the dirt back up, my hope is, with a little tinkering with this, maybe we can kind of have the impression that it's sort of a landscaped, what would you call it? Landscaped berm type, kind of, because it is a hill. but combined with just a landscaped bed, right? Let's try taking this out real quick. So you can see here, see, we've kind of got this appearance that we have, do this here. You know, that we've maybe framed it out. I'm going to turn the music down on my end a little bit. Let's see here. Turn this down because I can hear the music from the game so loud. So that it looks maybe a little bit like we have just built in sort of a flower bed here. I might try to scoot it back a little bit more. I don't want it to intersect the sidewalk too much. And then maybe, you know, we put some of this grass along through here and we'll get the impression that we have a flower bed and then a hill rising up behind it with these trees and various bushes kind of growing out of it. And then, like I said, then when we go into, I call it live mode. Some people call it live mode. When we go into live mode, you'll still be able to see them. They won't disappear. Okay, so now the first thing I wanted to start with here today is I want to put in really quick, some ambient nighttime lighting, okay? So one thing I want to do, and this is not really that startling. It's not going to be something super crazy or anything. Let's see. Is we're going to use the old strip lighting from Spa Day. I was thinking Spa Day, and there it is, Spa Day. And we're just going to put it in here to create, you know, the impression of this sort of, you know, lighted strips rising up the side of the building. And I wish it would stand still. There we go. Let me see here. Come on. Let's try doing that. Let me drop it down one there. Now it feels, is that correct? Yeah, I think that's correct. I think it's all in the right spot. Yeah, that's in the right spot. So we're going to do that on that side. We're going to do it on both sides of the wall. So we'll kind of line it up in the middle here and here. And then all the way up, as you can well imagine, right? We're going to go all the way up here. I guess that's all we need because there's only 3 here because of the roof. Go like that. This isn't entirely necessary, of course. It doesn't even really generate that much light, but I do feel like it's more realistic. You know, when you see buildings, and especially nice buildings, right? Oftentimes they're going to have this sort of what I consider just kind of detail lighting, just to kind of set it apart, just to kind of mark where it is in the cityscape, just to give it a kind of pleasing look. So we've got that in there. And it does line up here with our lobby. And one thing I want to do with the lobby, this is a little bit dark. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some dramatic uplighting here. And let's go ahead and kind of light this corner. Kind of pull that back like that. And we'll light up this corner over here as well. This is technically our lobby. The idea being that it's this is the tropics, right? So it can be very open air. It can be very, very airy, right? The wind can blow right through it. It does rain, of course, but we're going to hope for tropical rains, straight down tropical rain. So that's kind of the look we're going for there. I think that's good enough. I mean, looking at it, it still feels a little dark to me, and I might end up putting more light there. But what I probably will do is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and stick some lighting over each of the doors of these condominiums to kind of, you know, act as a porch light, right? Act like a light for the door. That's going to give us a little bit more lighting right there. Okay, so that kind of takes care of a little bit of ambient lighting there. And then we're going to go up here to the roof and use, if it'll let me get close enough to work on it. I think it will. That's pretty good. We're going to use this new sort of strip lighting. When I find it here. There it is. From the high school pack. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a double band of it like this. All the way around the building, which does, you may be thinking, wow, that's going to get really tedious. It is going to get a little tedious. But then we'll also do a line here around the top. And I'm not sure. I guess we'll do it like that. Do it like this and this. So we're going to get, it's not exactly neon, right? But it definitely has a little bit of a look like a neon border around the roof. And looking at the roof, it kind of hits me. I'm going to need to put some sort of roofing material up there, either like pebbles, I guess, or some sort of metal or something. And I might drop down. Right now, that roof line is directly even with this pony wall, this low pony wall. So we might go ahead and just drop this down. Just one spot like that so that it's got a little bit of a lip on the roof. And let's see here. Just while I'm thinking about it, we will go ahead and grab this like that. So it gives it, again, a more realistic appearance. And if we're going to do it that way, we probably should do it down here as well. We could leave it. I mean, the Sims won't care, right? And it won't leak. It won't leak. So no worries there. But in order to give it a little bit more of the kind of look that we want for this particular build, that's what we're going to do. We'll just continue to line these out here. Not too hard. It's a little tedious, but it's really not hard. And let's see here. See, that one allowed me to place it without using 9 like that. Let's go here. Because I'm normally having to press the number 9 first for this line of lights I'm putting down right now. But this wall, I didn't have to. It just landed automatically where it belongs, and it's not doing it that way on these other walls. Whoops, come on. Fill all this in. Does take a little bit of time. Sometimes I don't even live stream this stuff or film it if I'm doing a speed build or kind of a build video, simply because I think it is a little tedious, But it is part of making, I feel like making a building, especially a modern building, look good, right? Look realistic, look like something we could actually find out on the highway, right? Out on the highway, nice interstate hotel. This is a resort, of course, in Tomarang. I kind of joke that it's from the Micro-Tel Corporation, which is a line of hotels, kind of like budget traveler type hotels. Small rooms, small facilities, but also small price, right? Also small price. Of course, this is their luxury line. This is their luxury vacation timeshare condominium line. And so we've got a pretty good look there, right? I think, pretty nice look. kind of outline the top of our unit so that it looks a bit like it's got, some neon going on. Now, I also want to go real quick because I'm kind of seeing as the sun is turned off, a few dark areas around here. Let's put something. I'm going to put some sort of light over here. Just probably this new kind of little candle, right, for this pack. That'd be enough. Something kind of relaxing. You're just sitting out here with friends, kind of hanging out. Let's back up here a bit. Now, I will say one thing that I am thinking of as I'm doing this is if I do this line of bamboo on this side, I almost probably need to do it over here as well so that we have some cohesiveness and it's not like out of nowhere, right? We do want this to look like a resort. So there should be sort of a flow to the landscaping. Looks like it was done as one piece, one single piece of landscaping instead of just a wild free for all of, I like that too. Throw that in real quick. Let's see here. I've been wanting to grab, I think it came with, I don't know what, kind of a palm tree in a pot. I don't remember which pack it came with. Let's take a look here. How long will it take me to find it? Probably a long time. Is it this? I think it's this. Morocco. Came with a Moroccan pack. So I kind of want to put it over here. Kind of dress that up a little bit. And we're getting some stutter here. So my thought is I can't place this particular type of foundation. The concrete base stilt foundation. I can't place it over here by the pool. They're incompatible, that type of foundation with the pool. But we can probably go ahead and grab whatever's here, which currently it's Presto. I mean, I think probably we can just grab a Presto color that kind of matches. That matches pretty well. Put that there. I'd also been thinking about putting this particular, tree here. The great thing about this tree is that its footprint, the green footprint is not very big. So it doesn't cause routing issues with the Sims because there is something I do need to fix. I was doing a little play testing. And this will cause routing issues. I left it there just so I could kind of point it out. I put it here as decor. Well, its green footprint is too close to the lounge for a Sim to use the lounge. So we're going to have to move it out over here somewhere. I think that will provide enough room. We'll see. I think that does provide enough room for the Sim to get past. That should work just fine. We'll test it all at some point. If not on this stream, at some point I will test it. Now, let's take a look here. We're going to work on some of this landscaping. We're going to try using these landscape beds here. I'm going to just grab any flooring. It doesn't matter what kind we use. And we're going to just kind of flatten this hill out, right? And what I want to do is move this all the way down here. Maybe even a little bit further, maybe even like this far. Pretty close to the main building. Maybe move it back a little bit. Again, this is something I'm going to have to play test if I do this. Make sure that it does not create routing issues. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Those are my famous last words, though. It shouldn't. So we will go ahead and we will play test that. I'm going to grab another one of these peekaboo bamboo planters. make it super big there. Put this one out over here. Ah, come on. I'm trying to get this as close as I can get it. That might be as close as we're going to get it, right? Right. Okay, let's do that. We'll put that there. Are we getting too much clipping over here? We are getting a little bit of clipping over here. I'm going to think about that. We might be able to change that in some way. Maybe we can put some more landscaping there to kind of hide where it's clipping up through that foundation. I'm not going to change the width of the foundation. I'm going to leave that alone. And then let's go ahead and we'll grab this. And we'll move it even further down. Let's grab another copy of this. Like so. Whoops. I kind of want to see where this lands, in relation to the grid. I kind of want to get this kind of evenly placed over here. And I'm just going to pray that I don't get a ton of stutter. I am getting a ton of stutter there. I am indeed, but I don't know that it's that big a deal. Let's move this in a little bit more. I'm going to wait and see just how much we might be able to cover that up, right? With some of this grass, some of this Hawaiian grass. So that would work. Or if the tool mod starts working again, I think currently it's still out of commission because of glitches in the game, that I could fix that stutter there real easy with the tool mod. Come on, I just want to line that up as perfect as possible. Okay, so my thought is let's go ahead and grab some of this Hawaiian-like grass. Supersize it up. Kind of raise it up like that. So it's very much a big, overgrown, sort of tropical mess, right? Go up like that. Kind of give ourselves the impression that we have, again, kind of a tropical flower bed. It is a little bit wild, a little bit left to its own devices. You can still see kind of some of that stutter in there. I'm going to try moving that up one more like that. Maybe that'll help. Not bad so far. Now let's put another piece down here. Oh, boy. Okay, so there we go. We've got that in line. I'm going to go down here and put, though, a little bit more down here. Mostly because I want it to match the rest of it. We've got this kind of overgrown look here. We're going to need the same sort of feel down on this end of this Hawaiian style grass just taking over everything. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to take out the floor and let's see how much the hill rebounds and kind of what our look is like at that point. Make sure we take out all of the floor. Okay, so we took out all the floor there. And it looks pretty good. I do think we have a feel of, this vegetation kind of climbing uphill. It's got kind of a little bit of an incline there. So not too bad. It seems okay. We might go under here. We could try to put something there. Do. And if you're wondering, the reason why I paint this way back over here is so that I can easily find an edge of this flooring once the landscaping's in place to delete from. Oftentimes I go in and I cover up all the flooring with landscaping, and then I'm just down here just desperately trying to find any place I can kind of grab a hold of in order to delete, right? In order to delete. We're going to raise this up some here. Try to give ourselves a little bit of impression of it climbing up and back, at least as much as we can. I feel like I'm like literally straining with the weight of this landscaping, right? Like, come on. It's not really that heavy. It's actually quite easy. It is just a digital bush. Okay, let's take this out. That looks pretty good. I do like that. I think that is giving me the look that I am looking for. Now, I have to be really careful on this side. I don't want to mess up the routing with these rooms above it. And this sort of stuff underneath can do that. So again, it's the sort of thing where we really have to play test it. My big question is to myself, right? Should I put bamboo around this side as well? I mean, I'm halfway thinking, yes, I should. This is a pretty quick and easy fix for landscaping, right? Gave us a lot of ground cover, and it's going to give us a lot of privacy once the game starts because it will not disappear. So I am halfway thinking that, yeah, maybe I should. Now, one thing I'm not real sure about is should we do it the full, I think I sized it up like 4 times. Should we do it 4 or just 3? 3 would be a little bit shorter, of course, but I'm not sure I can actually do 4 and it'll fit, you know? Because even 3 here might be, even 3 I think is going to be problematic. You can see where just barely moving it, trying to move it in, it makes it bounce up to the foundation level. And we don't want that. We really want it to be out here on the edge. So we may have to go ahead and just do some other sort of landscaping here. But I do think I'm going to use this over here. So, you know what, real quick, let me grab this bush here, hedgerow, because we're going to kind of fill this in. Like so. Kind of don't want it sticking out too far, but maybe that'll be okay. Let's take a look here. So not too bad. I think that looks okay to kind of disguise, you know, underneath there. I had the idea, of course, of all this vegetation kind of growing up underneath these foundations. It has not, it has not worked out that way. Everything bounces up to the foundation level. I don't know why I thought I could put it under there. I really don't. Quite obviously, I had not ever tried it before, because then when I did try it, it did not work. I'm going to try to paint in just some darker terrain paint back here to kind of further disguise. Now, unfortunately, with terrain tools, you reach a certain level of incline, and it just defaults to that sort of brown texture you see back there, sort of brown dirt. It's not really what I want. We can go through, whoops, not quite like that. We can go through and try to adjust it a little bit, but it doesn't, it doesn't always work great, because I don't really want it to screw around with what I've already got going on here. I'm not really seeing much effect. I think I'm going to leave it alone. I don't want to break what I have, so we'll leave that as it is. Now, this is the second entrance to this resort back here. We're not going to use this particular type of screening back here. So let's grab this hedgerow and see what we can do with it back here. Maybe nothing. It also wants to really jump up high. I mean, we've got something kind of like that. Do. We're going to go through and paint whatever we can, of course, under there, kind of that muddy brown. Now, this thing fits really well like that, but it just covers up so much of the sidewalk. Again, if the tool mod was working, we could use that to slide that back under there. It would work really, really well. But I don't think it's working at the moment. I need to double check that again, because maybe it is. Who knows? Who can say? Okay, so, all right, let's take this out. Like so. And then decide, what are we going to do here? What am I going to do here? I don't have a lot of room to work in here. I guess we kind of defaulted to this sort of bush, unkempt shrubbery. It also, though, is really kind of, I mean, it covers well. If we blow it up there, does it feel like it is too intrusive on the public sidewalk? I mean, I guess not. In fact, let's try that. Let's take this first. Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and kind of knock that down again. Let's knock that down. Let's grab a bunch of these bushes. Unkempt shrubbery. Come on. Here we go. And then we'll turn them, a little bit different from each other so that it doesn't look exactly the same. As much as possible, anyway. That one is really sticking out there. I think that might be well, no, it's not much better. Look at that floater there. Okay, let me see. Can we get it down here? No, it's just out in the middle of the sidewalk. Oh no. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try doing. Oh boy. Can we do that? That's a little bit better. So let's stick with that. Grab some of this, Hawaiian grass here. That's going to help. That's going to help disguise things at least a little bit. It will. Once we get it in here, it's going to create a softer sort of edge. Okay, so we got like that right there, right? Then kind of take that out and the hill pops back into place. It looks pretty good. It's not too bad. We could probably even go ahead and take another one of these bushes and we'll make it a little bit bigger here. Kind of swing it around, put it into place. It is floating a little bit there. Maybe if we grab a small one, we'll put it here and that'll kind of disguise that floating a little bit, does it? Yeah, it does a little bit. And we'll grab a little bit more of this grass. We'll put it over here as well. Is that floating? No, it's good. It's doing well. So we've got some, landscaping back here, kind of disguise the backside of this resort. Put that there. Now, I'm still not real sure what to do about this spot here. I guess nothing. I'm not even real sure why I have that there, to be quite honest. I suppose we can think about it. That's exactly what I'm going to do, is just think about it. On this side over here, on the other side of the building, we did some flowers, and we are going to do the same thing. We're going to grab some dirt, put it around here, put it around here, and then we'll grab some of this beautiful Hawaiian style grass. Doesn't get much better than that. If I can find it here. We're going to keep it very manicured, I guess, on this side. Put this in here by the sign. Very, very, very manicured, very kempt up, as opposed to the unkempt bush next to it. Kind of pull this in here like this. Doesn't look too bad. And then I used those really large tropical flowers from from Salvadorada right here. So put these here, and I think I went ahead and just lifted them up a little bit so they would stick a bit above the sign. I did not want to make them double size, in order to give them more height. So I just raised them up a little bit, and hopefully it is not too noticeable, right? Right. So we've kind of got our flowers there and our other entrance here in the back of this particular resort. And then we've got this area here. Now, again, my thought is go ahead and we'll go through here and we will replicate with the bamboo that we have over here. We'll replicate on this side. How far down we're going to go, that I'm not sure. Right now, we've got this area kind of done to kind of frame out this portion of the resort. So I'm going to have to really consider that. I don't know where I'm headed with it. Let's start by just flattening out this land, and then we'll grab those particular planters. We'll see how they look. In reality, I just don't want it to look like a mirror image. I don't want to have the exact same setup on this side as that side. I want it to look like it belongs together, but that it's not a matching set, right? So that's going to be kind of the wire to walk here. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Now we could do the smaller version on this side, maybe. We're getting a little bit of clipping. Although I suppose we could turn it around like this. Maybe that would help a little bit. It kind of does. It kind of helps a little bit. So we'll turn it around like that. We're not going to have the same incline, right? Like we're not going to have the same hill on this side that we have on this other side. Now, looked at from above, it is kind of matchy-matchy. It really is kind of matching, isn't it? Almost exactly across from each other. I don't know. So I think, though, maybe we could do this. Maybe we grab this and we put one here so that it seems maybe a little bit thicker on this side. And in fact, I'm not so sure we shouldn't do the same thing over here. Fill in these gaps so that it feels very thick on this side too. For now, I am going to go ahead. Let's grab our Hawaiian grass while I think that over. I will put that Hawaiian grass in place. Like I said, we will double check and make sure that it does not clip. It is clipping over here. That's some clipping. That's pretty bad. In fact, how much clipping do I get that way? I was worried about this clipping through the pony wall, but we really have clipping here in the floor as well. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, one thing I'm thinking, I guess what we could do, because I've had some clipping down at the other end as well, down here with this seating area. This is defined as a room. I could lift it up one space above the pool area. What I'm going to do real quick, too, while I'm thinking about it, is I'm going to save this. Wish me luck here, you guys, because there's been some glitches and some issues where saving gets stuck in an endless saving loop, right, that doesn't finish. It did finish there, so hooray. But in an endless saving loop where it doesn't finish. There's also been a few times where I've gone to switch lots or something and the whole game crashed. Whole game crashed to my desktop, and I was shocked the first time that happened. I was really shocked because I've never had that happen in The Sims 4. Never. Now, in other Sims iterations I have, in fact, The Sims 3, I used to routinely save about every 20 minutes, right? But not in The Sims 4. So I don't know what went wrong. but something went wrong. Now let me go ahead and grab, oh yeah, let me go ahead and lift this up a little bit. Here goes nothing. Let's see what happens here. So I lifted this up a space, and you know, we have a lip now here, right? And did that clear up our clipping issue as far as the leaves go? It did. It did. So, you know, that might work. And I kind of like this multi-level pool area because, you know, we've got this kind of upper level here with cabanas. We got a little level here with some seating, with some tables. And then we have kind of a lounge area here, you know, down below. So that, I think, is going to work just fine. We're going to just lift that up a little bit. Now, I did lose my stairs over here. That could be a problem. Let's see here. Did it just automatically... Stairs are off the bottom of the lot. No, they are not. They're not off the bottom of the lot. Come on. Let's see here. What am I going to do about that, though? I don't know. Let me think about this. Huh. They're not really off the bottom of the lot. I don't know why. I mean, it should be fine. Yes, they do need to be a little bit longer. Okay, so I guess what we could do is we'll do this. It's not ideal what I'm about to do here, but it will work and it will kind of solve this issue without us, you know, dwelling on it for like forever. And if in the meantime I think of something else, we can try something else. But my thought is this: we'll go ahead and we'll just draw in a room here, like so. And we'll grab that room and lower it. One spot. See, it's still giving me that message. Let's try pulling this back a little bit further then. I'm really not liking, though. Let's do it like this. And then we'll lower this down. Okay. Grab our stairs here. Okay, there we go. Now it works. So we can pull our stairs across like so. Let's do that. And then we'll basically have a sort of stair entrance area here, right? We're going to need to replace our Suburban Dream siding on our pony wall. Like that. Like that. Do, 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 do. Okay, so we got, that's not too bad. I like that. And I really like this potted plant here. It works better than over here, I think. And yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so the thing was, I was going to start putting down the Hawaiian-like grass, right? Yes, Jason, that's where you were headed. And I got a little sort of sideline there fixing that clipping issue. Now, I've also lost my feed here. I hope that I am still... Yeah, I think I'm still running. I don't know why my feed stopped, but I do think I'm still running here. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and put in our Hawaiian grass. Do, 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 do. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're going to do that all the way down this strip here. And we're getting pretty close to done on this, actually. Do, 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 do. Okay, so... All right. Okay, I think I'm back up and running, right? Let me get myself just a... Okay, I am. I seem to be fine now as far as that goes. Don't know what happened there. My apologies. Well, I mean, unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I didn't really do anything. It just stopped working. The live chat went out. Maybe it's something to do with the internet in the area. Maybe. I don't know where people stopped hearing me. Somewhere around here. We're converting this, which is a kid's room. In this particular, in all the units currently, I'm converting what is a kid's room. I might have a kid's room in just one unit. We're converting the other ones to guest rooms, right? And I did one guest room with a whole bunch of beds in it. This time we're going to do a guest room with a Murphy bed in it. Where is the Murphy bed? Here we go. We got a Murphy bed right here. So we can put it here. We could put it here, but it doesn't fit very well. We'll just do it like this. Gives us kind of a nice double bed. It is kind of tight. And I was going to leave these shelves in place, but I don't think we can leave them there. I think that we are going to end up with some, issues with that. So let's move a bunch of them over here to this wall. I don't know. I don't really plan to do anything with them. I guess I could. Maybe I could put books or something on them here in a little bit. We might. And then we'll go ahead and put a rug down for this particular room. And that's about it. I mean, you can kind of call that good because that's all you're really going to need for a guest room at a vacation condominium, right? It's not going to be super fancy, even though this is luxury. It's Micro-Tel luxury. Their luxury line. It's not going to be super fancy. Now, my thought is, can we find something in blue? Maybe. I know we can. Let me look here at our new stuff. Like maybe this comes in something that's pretty highly blue. I don't know. Like this, I think right here. That's not too bad. And then let's go ahead and while we're at it, we'll go ahead and we'll throw a few things onto our shelves here and turn them into something to look at. Let's put maybe one of those plants on there. Let's put it here on the top shelf. Let's grab some books. Books are always good and they're easy to stack and they work as a library, right? So let's grab this. I love this one. This is from like Tiny House, right? And I think it is the cutest little set of books. It is. It's just so cute. So we'll put that there. Now we could look, I'm going to look here and see if for rent, let's see what kind of knicky-knack type of things might we have that we could put in there. We could put a marble collection in there, right? We could put a marble collection in there. Could put one of these vases, of course. If we got it in a different color, maybe. It's not going to automatically fit on a shelf, but it might fit by moving it into place with move objects on. Yeah, that looks good. In fact, that fits really well. That's perfect. And then we will find one more item. Oh, you know what I would love to put in there? I don't think I have it. I'd love it for the kids' room too. Is that little tiger plushie? Where's the tiger plushie? Do I have it in the kids' room already? I don't, do I? No, I got Yarny in there. Is it here? There he is. I do have it. Tybert. Let me find him real quick. Okay, hold on. Let's try it like this. There we go. There's Tybert. Let's go back up here. I'm going to put a cute little Tybert in this room. So sweet. I do love him. Look how cute he is. Like that. Put him over here in the corner. Like so. And it's crazy because I know that's really simple and it's not even gameplay or anything really. But it's just one of my favorite items with this new pack. Because it's so adorable, so sweet. We could maybe put this in here. Probably have to shrink it down. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so we've got our shelves outfitted. We got our bed in place. Should we put in some sort of art? I don't know. I guess we could do... Could put some art in there. We're going to need some sort of light fixture because this room does not have any light. Now, I would think really to be realistic in this sort of room, you're just going to have like a standard ceiling fixture. Kind of like the bathroom has next to it and the other bedroom has as well, right? Okay, so this particular unit is done. I'm going to call it done. Well, no, we're going to take out the high chair again because this is not the family unit. We've got a family unit downstairs. Take out the high chair. We also need to make sure that this is kind of not clipping into stuff there. It's like the doors are okay. They didn't double up on me. When I made these units, of course, I just copy and pasted the very first one I made on the first floor. Sometimes when you do that, you do end up with multiple door placement like this here. So it brought like an extra door with it for every time I, hit copy and paste. So we're going to take those out. There's a lot of them there. Look how many times I'm grabbing that. Let's put it back though. I think as well, my feeling is that I want to swing that door around, but I'll have to wait until I play test it because I want to make sure they enter and exit through the living room and that this acts as just a window. So we'll see. Now down here on this level, somehow the refrigerator has disappeared. So we'll bring in a new fridge. I don't know how, maybe because of the door, maybe. Sometimes there are some weird things like that, but it happened during copy and paste. So I don't know. This shelf kind of interferes with stuff too, to be quite honest. I really like it, but it does kind of interfere with stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take, let's see here. I'm going to just take this selection of baskets and kind of put on the wall in here. Like so. Dress it up a little bit. Then we have, we could, oh, you know what's missing as well? Is it missing from all the units? I guess so. The cooktop is missing. It's not missing from this one. So let me see here. Let's put our cooktop back in. Okay, so that fixes that. The cooktop's back in place. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so. Okay, so we've got these kind of, baskets here on the wall for some decor. That leaves this particular living room. I did change one of the living rooms to, a sectional. But I left my sim, Brian, who lives here on the top level, I left his in place as the standard furnishing. I don't know about this, if I want to leave it as standard furnishing or not. Again, with a lot of these condos, a lot of vacation condos like this, there's a certain furniture package that you can elect to buy with the unit, right? Or you can bring your own furniture. I think of this as the stuff that comes with the unit. So maybe we will kind of change it around a little bit. Comfort's just one. I like to find something a little more comfortable. I do kind of like this. It's also comfort one, but it looks kind of cool, for kind of the area, right? I guess we could put this out here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it out here for now because I do kind of like it for this tropical vibe. So let's put that out there. I'm going to do it in blue. And then I'm looking for another great piece, like a love seat or something that we can use. We do have this stuff. I used to use this all the time. Like in this version of it. What's it? What's the comfort? Comfort still... Is the comfort for everything one? Is that it? Is the comfort for everything one? Am I missing something? Have I always missed that in The Sims that the comfort for like all furniture is one? No, see, comfort 8. Comfort 8. How much is this? Comfort 6. For that rattan looking thing, the comfort is 6. We do have this, which is comfort 5. That's pretty nice. We've got this. It is comfort 6. Now, that's a little wild. But it comes in white. Well, no, it doesn't come that white. Not like that. I thought there was a white. Yes, like this. So it's got this kind of white, which maybe we could put in here. I don't know. We've got this. This is really cool. This is Comfort 4. I do like it a lot. Especially that blue is really pretty. And it kind of matches the blue of, these chairs over here. So let's go ahead and put that in here. And then it has a matching chair as well. So let's grab its matching chair. Hopefully it also has better comfort than one. I was really starting to worry. I was starting to think, I could have sworn there was more than, that there were some things that had better comfort than one. Do like this. Yeah, have kind of a matching suite of furniture for this particular place. And then I suppose we'll get some sort of table here. Don't really know what kind. I mean, we can use this again. I've used this a couple of times around this particular resort. So I say, why not just use it again? I really like that table. I think it's very cool. It has a very cool look to it. I think we will change this out, and then let's grab the golden shelves here. We're also going to change that kids' bedroom because I'm going to just leave the kids' bedroom really just here on this first level. That's kind of the family unit, that first level. Although I don't know, I guess we could leave kids on 2 levels and have non-family units on 2 levels. Maybe. We'll see. Put those in there. Now, my thought is maybe going to put a video game in here. I wasn't going to do any video games because you're on vacation in paradise. Get your ass outside. Isn't that what your parents would say? Get your ass outside. I didn't travel halfway across the world to Fiji so you could sit in here and play Pokemon Go on your phone. Get outside. Enjoy all of, the nature and stuff, right? So that's kind of my first thought about that, is that I shouldn't do it. But then I'm thinking, nah, you're going to have that one parent, the cool parent, the parent that like everyone's kids like, oh my God, I wish I had your parents. My parents made me go outside and swim and walk, and we took a hike. That's kind of like, the other parents, the ones that aren't cool. So we'll put the video game system there for the cool parents. What else could go there? Maybe an iPad. Maybe we'll throw an iPad in there. Slablet. Throw that over here on the other side. Kids be like, I don't know what I should do, Mom. We'll go play over there on the iPad. Yeah, go over there and play on the iPad for a while. See what's going on. Maybe look up some stuff around here. See what we got going on in I almost called it Sulani. See what we've got going on here in Tomarang. We'll grab one of these two. This is a tech family, right? They came here to get away from it all, but don't let that fool you. They still need some of the comforts of home. And that's another reason why I think I'll go ahead and leave this with the kids stuff in place. I might change the decor a little bit, just kind of change the swatches, is because, maybe this is kind of a family place. It's got video games, it's got iPads, it's got like an Alexa. It's got all this stuff to keep your kids from bugging you while you're trying to enjoy paradise, right? Which is kind of a good argument. It is kind of a good argument for video games. You did pay a fortune to fly here to Bali, and it wasn't so you could hear, well, I'm bored. I don't got nothing to do. I don't want to make any friends. Leave that there. I wasn't going to do a whole lot of decor out on the patios and balconies either. Again, because it's kind of a condo, it's kind of a rental. So let's go with that. Let me fix that doorway. So if we're going to change some of the decor in here, I don't really know what I would change. I guess we could change the beds a little bit. That's pretty. But I don't think there's anything to match, really, with that little, toddler bed. Mhm. Okay, well let's just not make either one match. Let's say, hey, they've got their own personalities. They like things their own way. This person likes the color blue. This little toddler doesn't have doesn't really get into color. This toddler is not about the colors. I guess, they don't like color here because there's not much to it. I'm going to change it to that sort of peach, I guess. And let's see here. We will grab some decorations for kids, I think, and put on the wall here by the toddler bed. I'm going to get one of these. Let's put one of these posters here. Maybe it's like the little lion, little tiger, that protects him. Oh, we could go ahead just to be nice. Just to be a nice builder, I could go ahead and grab this, protective light. Like the one there. Kind of looks like Pikachu going to watch over you at night, make sure those monsters don't come out from under your bed, gobble you up. My son was never really worried about monsters when he was little. The only thing he ever worried about was E.T. His grandparents let him watch E.T. when he was like 4 years old. And I swear for the longest time, he was really worried that E.T. was under his bed, right? E.T.'s under his bed. E.T. is going to get him. And I'm like, son, E.T. E.T.'s not under your bed. And even if he was, E.T.'s nice, E.T.'s a good alien. No, I don't want E.T. under my bed. So, for a long time, I had to kind of deal with that. But it was fine. I got through it. He got through it. We got through it. And it was cute. Looking back on it, of course, I think it was really cute. He was so little. Such a little kid at the time. I need to fix the floor. There's a couple of, I don't know what happened here. There's a couple of area. Well, if I can find a piece of flooring, I can actually click on. There we go. There's a couple of places like that. Was this like that? I can't remember if this was or not. That is. Okay. So that takes care of that. Fix that real quick. Let's see if we have any sort of kids. Oh, we do have this sort of stuff for kids. We could do that. That. Maybe that. Since he likes video games, I'm going to go with that. That looks kind of like a video game rug. We'll kind of change the decor here on this particular box around a little bit. Give a little bit darker blue. And I think we'll find something to put on the walls here as well, above the box. Again, they're kind of into video games. So I'm going to drop down here and find one of those video game posters. Where are they? There's this. That looks like a video game poster to me. It's really not. I think it's for Monster Energy drink, right? But it does kind of look like a video game poster. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and just put that there. And I might even just go ahead and blow it up bigger. Like so. And again, since they do like, I don't wonder what happened to Yarny. But since they like video games, we're going to go ahead and not put Yarny there. We'll put like, oh, Zombie Carl. Zombie Carl's like my favorite. I love Zombie Carl. There he is. What? There he is. I love that guy. So cute. Dude, he looks so happy, you know. He's a zombie, but he looks so happy. So we're going to put him there. And I guess we could go ahead and maybe grab that one to make it a little bit smaller, though. And we'll change it to the rainbow version. And then that just leaves this particular shelf. And I think, again, because this is kind of a tech family, they wanted to get away from it all. So naturally, they brought their computers and their iPads and all of their stuff with them. So we'll throw another iPad here on the shelf, right? So that kind of takes care of their room, dresses up a little bit different from the other rooms. This stuff, I think I'll leave. The books for the toddler and kind of this sort of decor. I guess I could take that decor down, though. Because even though I do like the decor, I I don't know. Let's see here. This also kind of looks a little bit like a video game poster, right, to me. We could do that. I don't know why the toddler bookshelf is so high. That's one thing I've never liked, and I can't get that to go down any further. So I don't know about using that. I do like it. We could do this. That looks like a video game poster. I think it's a movie poster, but it looks like a video game poster. I'll put it like that. So we'll put that on there. Kind of change it up a little bit. I think this unit looks pretty good. And then down there, that one's good and that one's good. Have a little variation between them. I did change out the color on the balconies of this furniture. My thought was maybe to change each balcony to a different color, really. Now, we've got kind of a red, we've got orange. Orange I used, we got yellow. Got that red, we got green. I wouldn't mind finding something that kind of matches. Oh, I guess we don't have to match in there. I kind of did match some of them to the bar stools. Let's maybe do. Let's go ahead and go with green. And you know what I'm going to do? On one of these levels, on the next level, down. This is a kid's level. I think I'm going to do each of these like a different color. So let's do yellow and red and orange and green, right? So maybe the kids help pick out the colors for that particular dinette set, kind of patio set there. You know, we also need to go through, though, and fill in here. Fill in each of our landings for our particular condominiums. Do. Now, let me see here. I'd wanted to put this out here, like so. And I think the other ones I'll take out. My first thought was to put one on every single balcony, one of these little fairy house things. But then I thought, well, I don't know, it's a little contrived, isn't it? That every single family happens to have one. I mean, yeah, it could be kind of a fad at the moment. Maybe they sell them at the night market and people are like, oh, I want one too. It's so cute. My neighbor has one. Maybe it would be something like that. But then, like, after a while, I kind of like, nah, that's going to be a little bit contrived. I don't want to get into that. And I don't even know that I really want to put this particular piece of furniture here, because just looking at it, I'm thinking, if I put that piece of furniture there, then I've got to put furniture on every single balcony, kind of outfit these entire thing, right? I don't know. And I just don't know if I'm up to that. Now, I did think back over here, maybe going ahead and I guess take this hedgerow. It was not what I originally intended. We'll see if it works. I kind of wanted to put it in here, kind of. And it isn't really doing what I want it to do. Long story short, there isn't really doing what I want it to do. So I kind of want to come up with something else along there to act as a little more screening. It's not terrible at the moment with the way it looks under there, but maybe ferns? The fern is okay. It's okay. It's not very big. It doesn't really provide a lot of screening. Not as much as I was looking for, not as much height as I was looking for. Now, what else do we have through here? Not a lot. We do have ferns like that. We have palms. The palm looks pretty good. Forest fern, I think, is way too big. We could fall back on the unkempt shrubbery here by the pool. But again, I think I can't really scoot it back enough to give us a view of the grass underneath it. We could do something like that. Or like that, maybe. The thing is, I kind of don't want to introduce that because I haven't used it anyplace else on this build. And if I do introduce it, I'm going to feel like I need to tie it in someplace else. So I do, in a lot of ways, want to limit myself to something that looks at least to some extent like it belongs here, right? Like it's not something different. So, these ferns and palms are at least tropical and do have something of the look we're going for. We could do like that, maybe. That provides quite a bit of screening. Do. I think, yeah, I think maybe that. That's not bad. Kind of some lush overlapping something. Do, 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 do. And it's relatively quick to place. Right, we just grab kind of what we got going here. And it does look tropical. We have not used it anyplace else, but it does fit the feel. And these flowers definitely help kind of tie it in. Now, that leaves this area over here. I have no idea what to do with that. That's actually not too bad. It does have the green kind of grass underneath it. So I'm kind of okay with it. I'm really not, I'm not too bothered by it. Let's see here. But it could use some screening through there, at least maybe like what we did here. Or let's try a hedgerow. Yeah, that provides quite a bit of screening. And then we're going to go ahead and just grab an extra one of these for here. And an extra one of these for in here. And an extra one of these for in there. Kind of fill that in. Give us that great lush pool area. Do, 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 do. I'm going to hope, beyond hope, that my sim can get past that bush. I am not at all confident that he'll be able to when I play test that. And that might have to be changed. Do, 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 do. I really ought to look around, see if I can find a great palm tree that, won't disappear when I go into live mode. That can blow up, maybe for future use, kind of like this bamboo. I haven't looked too much through what we have available. I think there is some sort of palm in a pot available, but I haven't really looked that hard or kind of played around with it. Do. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do real quick, I am going to go here into live mode. I do want to check out that thing that I just placed there, that giant bush, and see if there's any hope that my sim, Brian Robbins, will actually be able to walk around down there. Do, 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 do. Let's take a look and see what we've got going. He is right there. Good. So he's conveniently located nearby. Let's take him over here. Speed that up a little bit. Okay, now the first thing that concerns me is he went around this way instead of around this way. Right, now let's see here. Will he go down here? He does go past the bush there. So that's great. That is very good news. That is right what we need to see, right? And he's coming through there. My guess is going to be that this might cause some routing issues. And so we might adjust it ever so slightly. I mean, it shouldn't cause much, I wouldn't think, but what else could be a problem there? I don't know. Now let's have him go up here. There he is. Now come over here, Brian. Okay, so he's still wanting to go that way. What have I got down there? I don't know. Nothing should be in the way. I mean, I guess it's not a huge deal. You know, it's not a huge, big deal. Well, he walks through that way. So maybe for whatever reason, the game just considers either considers this way just easier routing, or there's something right here. Okay, so there's something literally right here. And I don't know what it could be. So let's take a look here and see what do we have going on. I don't know. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, really. You know, it really doesn't, because, you know, he's able to get around okay despite that. One thing I can think is this somehow, but I guess we'll adjust it just ever so slightly there. And it could be the bush. You know, it could be the bush. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's see here, Brian. Come back over here. Walk here. Okay, so he walked across that time. He did walk across that time. So subtly moving that bush seems to have been the key to fixing that, right? I think so. Okay, and he walked across it again. So let's have him come over here and relax for a moment. Yeah, okay, so it does seem to be working now. Why do we play test? That's part of the reason why. Naturally. Okay, so he's going to lay around out here in the rain for a little bit. Nice warm Tomarang rain. And that is going to do it for me today for this particular stream. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify if you've enjoyed watching through some of this build. Sometimes a little tedious, but some of this build and some of these routing issues. All in all, I think it went pretty well. I think that the landscaping came along well. I do like the way it's looking, and I think that this is just almost done. All I really need to do is like really play test it, make sure every apartment works, make sure I know all of this works. I had him go through earlier and swim and stuff, make sure it works. So please hit like, subscribe, and notify, and join me next time when we will, if nothing else, I think there's no more to build here. I mean, so next time we'll go through a quick tour of it. We'll upload it to the gallery, or it'll already be uploaded to the gallery, one or the other, and we'll move on to the next thing. The next thing I'm thinking is I do have a lot of builds from back when the pack was brand new. I got real sick the 1st of December. There was something going through my area. It was about a 2-week long type of thing, and I was still working like 60 hours a week. So I was just too exhausted. I was too exhausted to do much else on the weekends or anything else. So there's a lot of stuff that I kind of have left over from that time. So we'll probably tackle some of those builds, finish them off. Most of them are nearly done. Finish them off, get them up online, and then move on. I do storylines every so often, and I need to get back into that, the RM Cascadian. And again, that was it. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify. And like always,